Is it really a Marvel and DC card market, or is it all Fugazi? Let's take a look at the top 10 Marvel and
Let's
DC
go.
sales for the month of December. What is going on, Jesus?
So
We
what's
got,
up?
man, it's December 20th. They're recording this. Going to drop this on Monday, the 22nd. So hope you all are getting ready for to have a great holiday season with your families and your friends. I know we are. I'm excited to go home. But we have the top 12, or sorry, the top 10 Marvel cards and DC cards for the month of December so far.
Let's go.
Let's take a look, see what we got. In at number 10, selling on December 6th for $2,750. We got the 1966 Topps Batman number 1 with the black logo and a PSA 7.
Wow.
$2,750. That's pretty solid.
Solid.
Yeah, pretty solid sale there for a card from 1966.
The Batman rookie, quote unquote.
The Batman rookie? Yep, I'd go with that. Yeah, if it's the first Batman card ever made, that whole year there would be considered the rookie season.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on the list though, because we might see something like this again.
Oh, okay, I like that.
In at number 9, we have a tie at number 9.
Wow.
2 cards sold for $2,800. One on December 2nd and one on December 5th. On December 5th, we had the 2024 Topps Chrome Sapphire Venom Black out of 10 in a BGS 9.5. Corners 10, centering edges and surface all 9.5. Got the gold label 9.5 for Beckett. Great looking card.
Sweet.
However, guys, if you're selling your cards, do yourself a favor. Scan them. Use a light box. Stop doing this with your cards.
Yeah.
2025 Skybox Metal Universe Batman Star Emerald Batman Green out of 10. The Disco Refractor.
Ooh,
This is the
I like
Skybox
that.
Premium Parallel.
Nice.
Very nice. Yeah, it reminds me, Panini did one. I don't remember. They called it like Donuts or something like that. Had
Right.
like a similar pattern to it. We had definitely got the disco effect going on. Really cool card there. So, and the first one on the list from the new metal set.
There it is.
Number 8 spot. We also had a tie in the number 8 spot.
Let's go.
$3,000. 2 cards sold December 12th and December 18th. December 18th, we had the 2025 Topps Finest Marvel X-Men 97. This is the Cal Dodd auto. Wolverine Superfractor 1 of 1.
One of one.
1 of 1.
Big deal. Yeah.
Now, they called it a Superfractor in the listing. Not really a Superfractor pattern.
No.
I'm not really sure what the Finest set calls the autographs, if they call them Superfractors or not, but it is the 101 from Topps. My guess is it's probably called something a little bit different. Just like the Sapphire has something different. It's got the Padparadasha for the 101 for the Sapphire. My guess is the Finest has these autographs as something other than a Superfractor as well. Because like looking at the card, I don't see any of that detail.
Well, it's in like the little dash lines, right? The motion lines, the comic book.
Oh,
lines.
yeah, I guess it would be in
That's where you see the pattern.
Around the edges and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
It's just not as noticeable because there's so much going on with that pattern that's kind of pulling your eyes away.
Yep.
Makes sense then. Okay. We also have tied for the number 8 spot. Really cool card here. This is the this is December December 12th. The Upper Deck Marvel Black Panther. This is a relic necklace. It's a prop memorabilia from the movie set itself. So basically what this is you received a trading card with a piece of Marvel's Black Panther memorabilia. The memorabilia has been certified to us as having been part of the production of Marvel's Black Panther movie. So that means this necklace most likely was probably used as part of T'Challa's suit and was probably worn by Chadwick Boseman at some point in time during the movie.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I mean,
And
as
with
far
the
as
new,
products go,
with the new Marvel Studios Chrome coming out, like people are getting hyped for the MCU cards. It's going to be interesting what the market does after that set releases, though. That's pretty sweet.
especially if they do something with that set like they did with this, where you're pulling props from the actual movies themselves. If they can get their hands on props from the movies that are certified to be as part of the production, then I can see that having a drastic effect on the market there.
Yeah.
December 7th, here's another big one for Marvel. December 7th, $3,375. 2025 Topps Chrome Marvel Doctor Doom Reflections. This is the Shimmer. Odds stated in the listing here, 1 in 12,522 packs. This is serial number out of 10. Beautiful looking card.
Yeah.
You see the green shimmer effect going on the card right there. Art done by Rebecca Webla. Let's go. Nice. Fantastic image.
Super shiny card.
Who do we have? Do we remember who the reflection is for the Doctor Doom card?
I don't remember it, no.
I'm wondering if it was Richards or not.
Yeah.
But all right, here we go. In the number 6 spot, selling on December 11th for $4,200. 2025 Topps Chrome Marvel Indestructible Red Laser, numbered out of 5, Alpha 1 of 5, Spider-Man on the Indestructible.
Nice. Color match. Sweet.
It's kind of got like it's almost like a conglomeration of comic book art and
live action. Yeah.
Live action, almost. Yeah. You know what I mean? With the way the Spider-Man looks versus how the rest of the card is set up. It's really cool. Nice image on there. $4,200 though, out of 5 Spider-Man. That's
pretty good.
Solid.
Yeah.
I know there was a Spider-Man die cut from one of the Topps Chrome sets that was having a hard time selling around $800. So I wonder if it's maybe a die cut thing that people aren't really interested. They like the rectangles. Yeah. Okay. Remember I said let's keep an eye out because it might show up again. Mm-hmm. Number 5. Wow. Selling on December 11, $4,227.77. 1966 Topps Batman, black Batman logo. Right. This is a PSA 9 off center. It's a PSA 9 card, and the grade. So condition of the card gives you the 9. Everything else would have it be a 9 except for severely off center. So they throw that qualifier on there. Now the first one of these that was on the list made it at the 10 spot was a PSA 7 for $2,750. It was a PSA 9 for $4,227. So looking at about a $500 bump there for the 7 to the 9.
Old cert.
Old cert.
Yeah, and also, it's not lost on me. There's a huge, Heritage Auctions sale, I believe. They had a PSA 9 that did record numbers. So interesting to see a lot of this hit eBay.
Yeah, a lot of the 1966 stuff has been coming up on auctions.
It's always active. That set is always active. There's always one Batman rookie selling. There's always the 27 Sinister Smile Catwoman, the Joker. Definitely probably the most active set prior to Upper Deck entering the equation here. So this set is beautiful.
All right. Number 4, December 19th. This one just sold yesterday at the time of recording. $4,500. This is the 2025 Skybox Batman Metal Universe Z-Force Super Rave. This is the 101. Now, a lot of people's complaints about these Z-Forces is it's really, really hard to tell on the foil patterning because there's no real color difference with them. Just the pattern's slightly different, but it's such a small amount of foil that it's not super noticeable. But
you would need better light. I think with the better lighting, you can see the difference, but it is hard to tell from a distance.
Right. And it's, especially they take that pattern and then they put it on like a marble style background as well, which then kind of gives you more distraction in there.
Yeah. But I remember seeing this go up for sale, and at 4,500, I was a little bit surprised. I had a feeling someone was going to scoop it up relatively like soon. So yeah, sold. I don't know within how many days, but
same day. It was like almost right away, because I know we talked kind of offline. Like this card came up and like, hey, what do we think this might go for, et cetera, et cetera. And the fact that somebody bought it up later that day for the full asking price.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty
solid
impressive
sale
right there.
Yeah,
solid sale. I feel like this does help the Batman or the Jokers, the higher tier characters in this set for the Z-Force 101s. I feel this sale does help those cards keep a little bit more of a premium there. Not all the characters are going to drive a premium because of this sale, but I think it does help some of those top tier characters stay up there. Number 3, again, December 4, $4,999. So now we're looking at about $750, $770 more. Same card, not the same cert number. Super early cert number still. Well, not super early. Newer cert than the previous one was. 1966 Topps Batman, black bat logo. PSA 8 on this one. So surprisingly, PSA 9 OC sold for slightly about $770 less a week later than what this card sold.
Yeah. So I guess people value the PSA 9 OC as maybe a 7 or 6. I don't know.
That's what I would think too, because if you just took the two cards, put them side by side, and got rid of the top label, right? This one, to me, appears better because it's better centered. That's the first thing somebody's presentation. Somebody's going to notice that before they notice the edges and the corners and the surface blemishes and stuff like that. They're going to notice that centering first.
Right.
All right, coming in number 2. What'd you guess? Number 2, 1966 Batman, the rookie card. See, they even called it the rookie card here. This one is the Near Mint 7, selling on December 19th for $10,500. So twice as much plus 2 weeks later than that PSA 8 that just sold in the number 3 spot, and a grade less.
It has to be the big PSA 9 sale effect. I'm assuming
it's but even that was a $4,200 sale. Or you're talking the Heritage sale.
The Heritage one.
The Heritage. Yeah, I could see that possibly being the case here. With this being 2 weeks after the PSA 8, a week after the PSA 9 OC. And this centering is essentially the same thing as that PSA 9 OC, just on the other side. It's like one was too far to the right, the other one's too far to the left. This one's obviously got some other condition issues going on with it that drive it down to the 7 most likely. But man, that's got to be, somebody probably saw that Heritage sale. This one popped up and they're just like, bam, bam, bam. There goes the money.
So I believe the 1966 PSA 9 through Heritage sold on December 11th.
Okay, so that's the same date that the PSA 9 OC sold on eBay.
Right. And that one, I think, went over 131,250 with buyer's premium.
Oh my goodness. So
now for this set, right, there's no PSA 10. There's PSA 9s. I'm assuming that you have to get the timeline correctly, what happened with the eBay auctions, but I'm sure it had a bump afterwards, after December 11th.
Right, but even then, like on the same day, you have an eBay auction that is a PSA 9, but off center. And you have a PSA 9 that doesn't have that qualifier on there. And the price difference is $125,000 plus, including the buyer's premium.
Yeah.
That to me is just ridiculous. That's the only word I can come up with. In like a good way for the seller of the Heritage one, in a bad way if you're the buyer. I don't really know how to look at that one. That is such a drastic difference.
Huge difference.
Insane.
And it also just brings the awareness of the set to another level because such a huge sale is going to gather more eyes and new eyes. Um, yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy. But this card did make the eBay top 10 list 4 times in the month of December from the 1st through the 20th. So impressive that it was able to have that many different cards sell and still be in the top 10 and maintain that position. That's impressive.
Yeah.
But bringing in our number one spot, selling on December 17th for a whopping $13,000 on eBay.
Okay.
2025 Topps Marvel
Wow.
Comic Book Heroes Superfractor 101 Captain America, bringing in $13,000. I know
Wow.
our buddy Shane over at Breakers Row is going to be really happy to hear that, just because how much he loves this set.
Yeah.
But you can see there, it's got that old school Topps, the OG top sticker set design
Yeah.
to it.
And a
With the
lot
modern
of fun. You can really
wow,
like the Superfractor really shines on this set. These are
it sure
thicker
does.
cards too. Yeah, it's just a nice looking card too. Good sell,
Yeah, I was
13,000.
never a fan of like the big black background. Like I would have liked to see that
Yeah,
myself, design wise, a little bit tighter around the character.
yeah,
But I understand why they did it, being that they wanted it to replicate the sticker set itself.
yeah,
They even got the little print line running around there where the original
yeah,
sticker peel would have been, which
yeah,
is a really nice touch
yeah.
as well. But so that's our top 10. Some big sales here on eBay. What do you think, chat? Do you guys think that there is still a card market, or is it all fugazi and a bunch of speculation? I myself personally think that the card market ebbs and flows like anything else that's a collectible that sells. People like it, people don't. And those feelings come and go. And sometimes you hit a massive amount of people looking for cards. Sometimes you're only looking for the one or two people that are willing to pay for a card. Just be
Yeah.
careful if you're going to run auctions, if you're going to do your buy and nows or best offers. Try to price your cards accordingly so that way you can sell them in a timely manner too. Jesus, what are your thoughts on the overall market for what we're seeing with the cards here in the month of December leading into Christmas?
It's what we've been seeing either DC Vintage 1966 set or Superfractor one of one Marvel Tops parallels selling for the most.
Yep.
Um, you'll see, yeah, we get to see like the red out of five and a little bit of different variety, but mostly it's the big hits are still hitting big in the market. So,
Yeah, I know when I was pulling the top 10, when I was doing the DC search and I was doing the Marvel search, I was like, well, do we do a 10 for each one or do we just combine it? And I was like, you know what, let's just combine
it's
it. We'll
about it.
showcase like basically the top ones from those two genres that we could find. DC itself, if we did top 10, we still didn't quite get under $1,000 with the top 10 for DC. If we just did DC, and with Marvel, it was kind of the same way. There was a couple cards that might have been just under 1,000 that would have made the list
Right.
if it would have been just that. Now that's not to say that all the cards out there are going to be worth a ton of money, because they're not. It's just who's
Yeah.
buying them at the point in time that they're available, and what kind of is the demand. You look at the new Batman metal set. The big characters are still driving prices there. There was a Joker Blue that just recently sold for 1,500, but one prior had sold for 1,800 on eBay. So there's some drop off there still with the
Yeah.
cards that there's multiples of, which that's expected in any new product. The first ones out the gate are more times than not going to sell for more money. Very rarely do you see the cards actually go up in price from there. Usually they trickle down. And there's historical evidence of that. You can look at X-Men metal, Spider-Man metal, Avengers metal. It was the same thing for all the top tier characters.
Yeah.
Even Spider-Man reds start way up here on that Spider-Man metal set, and you could see the prices come
Start
down.
dipping. Yeah.
That's when you get grading kind of comes into play. Condition of the cards start to come into play after that market kind of settles a little bit. But yeah, I mean, overall, cards are cards. I think it's always speculative. If you have sales data on eBay, you can use that as a basis
Yeah.
for what you're paying for a card, and that's how I go about it. Like if I'm buying stuff for my Stephanie Brown or my Domino collection, I use the sale comps to justify what I'm going to spend on the card that's going to go into my collection. I don't worry
Yeah.
so much about what the sale price of a card is when I'm going to sell it. More times than not, I'll just run it at auction. But if it's a bigger card, then I'll kind of try to do some research more in depth to kind of get, okay, I don't want to miss out by running it at auction
Yeah.
if there's somebody that's willing to pay a substantial amount more for it, because you take that money and you put it back into your own collecting hobby, right?
Yeah, 100%. And another thing to be aware of, last time we did the DC top 10, a lot of PMGs. Also, be aware the DC modern card market still relatively new. It's a lot of people from Marvel who are kind of looking at DC right now, and maybe new non-sport customers. So we gotta give it time for more sets to release, and we'll have more history and pattern of sales. I think right now, especially before the holidays, a lot of people are kind of hesitant or they have money and other things. So, but the
Yeah,
big cards, they're doing well.
the big cards are still doing well, and the smaller cards, like you had mentioned, the PMGs there with the metal sets, it could be a good time to get into some of those too, because some of those PMGs, reds, blues, even some of the greens, they're selling for quite a bit less than what we think they should sell for. But that's
Yeah,
our own personal opinions on that. But we don't, like Jesus and I, we don't always agree on those prices either. Like
yeah,
there's times we're, 100, 200, $500 off on what we think the value of something is, because it's
yeah,
all perception in the individual. So that's it
for
for us,
sure.
guys. Let us know your comments or your thoughts in the comments below. What you think about the top 10 this week, and what you'd like to see more of. If we wanted to do Pokemon in One Piece, sorry, fellas. This is the only card that shows up on the top 10 list if we add Pokemon in One Piece, for if you're a comic book fan. So we're not even close to competing to those card markets.
For
But
sure.
yeah, that's it for us. Take care, and I hope you guys have a happy
Peace.
holidays. See you.
Yes.